Morning students. Today we are going to learn the new method for calculating the unknown quantity. Earlier I told you the proportional equation of proportionality by which you can come to know which is the unknown value. Now in applying thoughts after question number 2 means starting from 3 to 8 you can use this method, that is the unitary method, to solve your questions. You can use the proportionality equation also and you can use this method also, whichever way you are comfortable. So I am going to do this one also. You can follow any one. Now I am taking question number 5. In this question the fare is given. The fare is rupees 920 and the distance covered is 200 kilometer. Now they are asking that if the distance, you have to find out how much distance will be covered if the cost is 2242. Now if the fare is rupees 2242 50 paisa, what will be the distance covered? Means how much distance is going to be covered with this money. With this money you know that 200 kilometers is covered, but with this money how much distance will be covered, this you have to find out. Now what will you do here? When you are going to follow the unitary method, first keep in mind what you have to find out. That thing should come on the right hand side of equality. In this way you have to frame your statement. Now I will say that for rupees 920 distance covered is equal to 200 kilometers. Is this clear? But in book it is given the fare of taxi ride is 200 kilometer is rupees 920. But here you have framed it other way because you have to find the distance. Is this okay? Now unitary method means unit means 1. तो अब आपको now you have to find out for 1 rupee. For rupee 1, how much distance will be covered? 200 upon 9. 920. 200 upon 920. This step is clear. That's why this is called unitary method. Means in every question you are first finding for the one thing. Either for the 1 rupee. If the statement is other way, you have to find for the 1 kilometer. So means second step will always be you are calculating for the 1. That's why it is called the unitary method. Now what is the cost given? अब आपको now you know the cost for 1 rupee this distance is covered, and now for this many rupees multiply this with 1. For 1 rupee this distance will be covered, and for this many rupees multiply the distance with 1 rupee distance with this, you will get the total distance covered in this amount. So for rupees 2242 50 paisa, the distance covered is going to be 200 upon 920 into 2242 and 50 paisa. And now convert this into fractions. 2242, and this 50 paisa change it into rupees by dividing it with 100. These two zeros, they get cancelled, 0 and 0 get cancelled. From 2 4s and 2 6. Now divide this 22425 by 46. 4s 6 4 24, 4 2 carried forward, 18, 0 4 bring down 2, 8 48, 4 32 plus 4 36, 4 3 5 7, 6 sevens are 42, 4 28 plus 4 32, 3 2, I'll put decimal here, bring 0, and 5 2 3 0. So my answer is 487.5 kilometer distance will be travelled in this cost. Is this clear? Understood? First is write what is given to you. What you have to find out, that quantity is going to come on the right hand side of the statement after the equal to sign. Then find for the one. That's why this method is unitary method. It is always a 3-step method. Now this question, same question can be done by proportion also. I'll do it here so that you can see it, and whichever way you are comfortable with, you can do. Now this set is complete. First I am writing fare, distance, then again I will write fare and distance. Fare is 920, then distance is 200. Now when fare is 2242.50, distance you don't know, so I have put as x. Now product of extremes, that is 920 multiplied by x. Product of means is 200 into 2242.50, and x is equal to 200 into 2242.50 upon 920. Same thing has come. In this manner also you can do, and by unitary method also you can do. So don't get confused. Rest of your questions are same. I am not going to do. In question number 6, it is the weight, that is 1/2 kilograms. So convert this into improper fraction and then solve it. First convert the kilograms to grams, because here the units are different, and I told you the units have to be same. So read the question very carefully and solve it. Now your next topic here is percentage. After unitary method, here the next question topic here is percentage. We have done ratio, we have done proportion, and the next one is percentage. Now instead of writing this complete, I am writing percent. When we go to market, we buy the things per kg. It is written as per kg. Means for every 1 kilogram the cost is this. In this manner the things are given, or per piece the cost is this. So in this manner, if I divide this as per and this is cent, cent means 100, per 100, for every 100. Okay, so we write this means 1 upon kg, and similarly this will be 1 upon 100. 1 upon 100 is denoted by a sign. This is the sign of percentage. 1 upon 100 means this sign. Okay, percentage is this. Now if I say that a number is given to you 2 and you have to write its percent, so what will you do? There should be denominator that is going to be 100. Till then the denominator 100 is not present, you cannot write that as percent. In the denominator there should be a 100, because the percent meaning is that in denominator there should be 100 should be there. So if I have a whole number like this and I have to convert this into a fraction, you should remember your equivalent fractions. How do we write the equivalent fractions? By multiplying the numerator with 100 also and denominator with 100 also. Is this clear? Now this 100 you are not going to touch. This 100 I will write this 100 as it is, and I am writing this 100 as 1 upon 100. And what I told you, this 1 upon 100 means the sign of percent. Is this clear to everyone? When you have, until unless you have 1 upon 100 in the number, you cannot write that as percent. This sign cannot be added over there. I hope this thing is clear. Now this is regarding the whole number, when the number is whole. Now if the number is, suppose I give you 3 upon 2, a fractional number is there and you have to write this into percentage, then what will you do? I need 100 in the denominator. I need 100 in the denominator. So what will I do? I will divide 100 by 2. What I am getting? My quotient is 50. So I will multiply the denominator as well as the numerator with 50. So this will become 150 upon 100. Now I got, this is the method of making equivalent fraction. I have done nothing, only I have changed the denominator to 100. Now my this 100 means percentage and my answer is going to be 150%. Is this okay? Clear to everyone? So in this manner, even if you have, suppose I give you a decimal number, first convert it into fraction. You have converted this, okay, I'll write, you might get confused while seeing. 3.2 is 3 upon 32 upon 10. Now I need 110 more here. This will become 320 upon 100. So this becomes 320%. Now is this clear to everyone? How to convert the decimal into fraction, or percent, or fraction into percent or a whole number into percent. Now again I'll explain you. I'll take some other example. Converting fractions to percentage. Converting fraction to percentage. Suppose you have 5 upon 4. You have 5 upon 4. Okay. Now what will you do? When I divide 100 by 4, my quotient comes out to be 25. So 25 numerator, 25 denominator, and this going to be 125 upon 100, and this is 125%. Okay. But there is another method also. Multiplying this with 100%. That take 5 by 4 and multiply it with 100%. Why I am taking 100%? You might be asking why I have not taken 1%. 1% means 1 upon 100. Why I am taking 100%? Because this is again the same thing that you are doing, either multiply this with 100 or 100 or divide it with 100 or 100. That is your choice. I'll show you this way also and this way also. When I write this, you can, percentage sign is as it is, and this will become 2 and this is 5, and you multiply 5 into 25%. My answer is going to be 125%. This is one method. This is other method. And third method, I take this and multiply the numerator with 100 and multiply the denominator also with 100. ये भी equivalent fraction है. This is also the same method. Equivalent fraction, multiplying the numerator with 100 and the denominator also with 100. So here you don't have to look for which. Here we have looked for the number now with which we are going to multiply to get 100. But here straight away you can multiply it with 100. Don't touch this one. This 100 is going to be there only, and just reduce this one. So 125 multiplied by 1 upon 100, which is your 125%. So in many books you will find different ways. So I have told you all the ways how to get the percentage from a fractional number. Is this clear? Now your next thing, that is, we have done ratio. How to convert ratio to percent. How to convert the given ratio to percent. Suppose your ratio is 2:3. Converting ratio to percentage. This is our next topic, and our ratio is 2:3. Now understand the meaning. There we were writing A and B. Now here we are saying that 2 means total of ratio is A plus B. That is 2 plus 3, 5. Now understand this very carefully. I added the antecedent and consequent and it comes out to be 5. Now out of 5 things, 2 things are going to one person and 3 things are going to one person. In this manner we have divided the 5 things. This is the meaning. Okay. Now you have to convert this into percentage. Now what will you do? Percent of A. I have taken this as A. So that will be 2 by total is 5. Clear? Now you got the fraction. You can write it in, you can solve it by any method, either whichever way you feel comfortable, either by multiplying this with 100 and this with 100. This will become, this you don't have to touch, this will be 20. So this is 40 multiplied by 1 upon 100, that is 40%. So first part is 40%, percent of B, that is 3 upon 5, multiply by 100, multiply by 100. This is, so this 60 multiplied by 1 upon 100, and we write 1 upon 100 as 60%. Is this clear? So you can convert them into percentage by any of the method. Now decimals, I have told you how to convert decimals to percent. One more example I can take. Decimal to percent. Suppose you have 0.84. First write this in fraction form. Now here in denominator, if the thing is not clear, you can write this as, and this is automatically your 84%. Clear? Understood? So in this manner you can write them. I can take one more example, 3.54. This is 354 upon 100. This part is, denominator is 100, so this becomes 354%. Is this clear to everyone? So rest we'll take up next time. Revise these things. These 3 things we have done, converting the 4 thing, whole number, then fraction, then ratio, and then decimal to percentage. 2%. Is this clear? So that's all for today's topic. One thing we have done unitary method, and these 4 things, the conversion of whole number, fraction, ratio and decimal to percent. So revise and practice the questions properly, and thank you all for listening carefully.